They fly at the edge of space. They carry weapons that can level cities, and some of them have been doing it for over 70 years. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the most powerful, most advanced, and most historically significant American jet bombers ever built. Machines that didn't just change warfare, they changed the entire balance of global power. From the dawn of the jet age to today's stealth era, the United States has produced a lineage of bomber aircraft that is unmatched by any nation on Earth. Let's get into it. Introduced in 1951, the B-47 was unlike anything the world had ever seen. It featured swept wings, 6 jet engines mounted in underwing pods, and a sleek fuselage that looked more like a fighter than a bomber. In fact, it was faster than most fighters of its era, reaching speeds of up to 607 miles per hour. The B-47 was the United States Air Force's first truly modern jet bomber. It entered service with Strategic Air Command, or SAC, at the height of early Cold War tensions, and it sent a clear message to the Soviet Union: America could strike anywhere on the planet. At its peak, over 2,000 B-47s were in service. It flew nuclear deterrence patrols, conducted reconnaissance missions deep over Soviet territory, and remained operational until 1969. The B-47 wasn't just a plane, it was the technological foundation that everything else in this list was built upon. And then came the aircraft that needs no introduction, the legendary Boeing B-52 Stratofortress. First flown in 1952 and introduced to service in 1955, the B-52 is the longest-serving combat aircraft in American military history. And here's the extraordinary part: it's still flying today. It flew in the Korean War era, it flew in Vietnam, it flew in Desert Storm, in Operation Enduring Freedom, and in Iraq, and it will likely fly into the 2050s. The B-52 stands 40 feet tall, has a 185-foot wingspan, and can carry up to 70,000 pounds of mixed ordnance, conventional bombs, cruise missiles, or nuclear weapons. What makes the B-52 so enduring isn't just its raw power, it's its adaptability. Every decade, the Air Force has upgraded its avionics, engines, and weapons systems. The B-52 that flies today is radically more capable than the one that rolled off the Boeing production line in the 1950s. Originally designed for high-altitude nuclear strikes, the B-52 was forced to reinvent itself in Vietnam, where it flew massive low-level conventional bombing missions, the famous Arc-Light strikes, dropping thousands of tons of bombs on jungle targets. In terms of sheer impact on military history, no American jet bomber comes close to the B-52. Now let's talk about a bomber that history sometimes forgets, but absolutely shouldn't. Introduced in 1960, the B-58 was America's first operational supersonic bomber. It had a striking delta wing design, 4 powerful J-79 engines, the same engine used in the F-104 Starfighter, and it could reach speeds of Mach 2, or twice the speed of sound. The B-58 was designed for one mission: sprint deep into Soviet territory at supersonic speed, deliver a nuclear weapon, and escape before enemy defenses could respond. It carried its nuclear payload in a large pod under its fuselage, an unusual design that set it apart from every other bomber in the inventory. The Hustler set numerous speed and altitude records during its service life, and its crews were among the most highly trained in the Air Force. However, the B-58 had serious limitations: a short range that required aerial refueling, extremely high operating costs, and demanding maintenance requirements. It was retired in 1970, after just 10 years of service. Short-lived, yes, but historically significant as a proof of concept that America could fly nuclear weapons into the heart of the Soviet Union faster than any defense could intercept. A quick but important mention goes to the General Dynamics FB-111, a strategic bomber variant of the famous F-111 Aardvark. Entering service in 1969, the FB-111 was a variable sweep-wing aircraft, meaning its wings could pivot back for high-speed dashes or extend for efficient cruise flight. It served with Strategic Air Command, carrying nuclear cruise missiles and gravity bombs. Though not as iconic as the B-52, the FB-111 represented an important bridge in American bomber development, combining supersonic speed with improved range and payload flexibility. It served until 1991, when it was retired following the end of the Cold War. If the B-52 is the workhorse, then the Rockwell B-1B Lancer is the race car. The B-1 program had a troubled history. It was canceled by President Carter in 1977, then revived by President Reagan in 1981 as the B-1B. It entered service in 1986 and immediately became one of the most capable conventional strike aircraft on the planet. The B-1B uses variable sweep wings, 4 powerful F-101 turbofans, and a sophisticated terrain-following radar that allows it to fly at extremely low altitude and high speed, hugging the Earth to avoid radar detection. Its top speed exceeds Mach 1.25. What makes the B-1B so enduring isn't just its raw power, it's its massive internal weapons capacity. With 3 internal bomb bays, the Lancer can carry up to 70,000 pounds of ordnance, the largest payload in the US inventory. It can carry precision-guided bombs, cruise missiles, and in the future, hypersonic weapons. The B-1B saw extensive combat in Desert Fox, Operation Allied Force, Enduring Freedom, and Iraqi Freedom, proving itself as a devastating conventional strike platform long after its original nuclear mission became less relevant. It remains in service today, though it is being gradually retired as the B-21 Raider enters the fleet. And now we arrive at what many consider the most extraordinary aircraft ever built, the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit. The B-2 is a flying wing stealth bomber. There is no tail, no fuselage in the traditional sense, just a single seamless wing that blends into itself. This design, combined with radar-absorbent materials and carefully shaped surfaces, gives the B-2 a radar cross-section roughly equivalent to a large bird. Introduced in 1997, only 21 aircraft were ever built, each costing over $2 billion. They are the most expensive aircraft ever constructed. Based at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, B-2s are capable of flying non-stop intercontinental missions with aerial refueling, striking targets anywhere on Earth within hours. Each aircraft can carry 40,000 pounds of precision munitions, including the massive 30,000-pound GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator, a bunker-busting bomb designed to destroy deeply buried and hardened facilities. The B-2 has seen real combat. It was first used operationally in the 1999 Kosovo War, flying non-stop from Missouri to Yugoslavia and back in 30-hour missions. It also flew in Afghanistan and Libya. Maintaining the B-2's stealth coatings is extraordinarily labor-intensive. The aircraft requires special climate-controlled hangars, and each mission requires extensive maintenance on its radar-absorbing skin. There simply is nothing else like the B-2 in the world. From the swept wings of the B-47 to the invisible silhouette of the B-2, American jet bomber development is a story of constant reinvention, of engineers and aviators pushing the boundaries of what's physically possible in pursuit of one goal, the ability to project power anywhere, at any time, without warning. And the story isn't over. The B-21 Raider, the next-generation stealth bomber, is already entering service, promising even greater capability and stealth than the B-2. The age of the American jet bomber is very much alive. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button and subscribe. We go deep on military aviation, weapons technology, and Cold War history every week. Drop a comment below. Which American jet bomber do you think is the most significant in history? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay sharp.